You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
You got it locked with D.HALL on the weekend, baby. Ready? Ready?
Hello to everybody. Hello to everybody. Glad to see y'all here with me again. It's another Thursday. We're blessed to be here live with you on this Thursday, May the 19th. If you would share the video, please, if you would. I'm glad to be here. Glad to see y'all. But first, before I go any further, I want to thank my Heavenly Father for letting me being able to see another day, another good day at that. Um, but every day isn't good, but we still make it somehow, some way. Uh, but tonight, I want to say hello to y'all and thank y'all for joining me. Before I go any further, this video is the works of talk and discussions. This is an online talk show that educates adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. Some things may not be censored for children. Uh, Lives are not edited for children. So please, if you would, let your children know, or that there may be some things that, well, you don't have to let them know anything, but there are some things that we're going to say that you know might say a little off the wall. You know what I'm saying? Um, well, we're here. I got my man out of South Carolina, Rock Hill, James Hardin, Mr.Stuff. Um, we're gonna talk with him tonight. Uh, he got a song called the Liquor House, and we're gonna speak with him and talk with him here shortly. But I hope y'all had a good day today. How was your day today? Mine was really fairly decent compared to yesterday. Oh my God, it was something else. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right, here we go. Let's get started. We got my man in here. We're going to bring him in, and we're going to talk with him for the next 30 to 40 minutes, and we're going to talk with him. Here we go. Hello, good evening.
Hey,
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. You see me?
Yes, sir. I see you. I see you. I see you clear.
Okay.
Yeah, you're looking great tonight.
Okay. I was just wanting to make sure. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're here with you. Glad to be here with you, man. Before we get started, I want you to tell the people who you are and where you're from, if you don't mind, please.
My name is James Hardin. I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina. I'm an R&B Southern Soul artist. I'm also an entrepreneur. I run my own business. I'm also I'm a chemical tech.
Okay.
I'm a man with many hats.
A lot of hats that you're trying to wear, and you wear them well. That's good.
Thank
That's good. That's good. Hey, look, just before we go any further, this is what I want to say. He was trying to get on here last year, and we finally got this guy on here, and it took him a while, but he's here now. So we're pumping this thing on YouTube right now into a lot of groups. So there should be some people coming in here momentarily. But as we go, let's begin. James, like I said, you tried to get on last year. You had a story to tell. Now you could tell that story. But before we get into that story, we're gonna talk a
Uh-huh.
little bit about your life history. You played. We're gonna start when you was young. You played
Right,
sports. You
right.
played a little bit of basketball. You played a little bit of baseball. Which one did you enjoy the most?
Uh, Basketball.
Okay, basketball. Okay,
Yes.
basketball. The basketball it really keeps you in shape. I mean, both sports does. And
Yes.
you excelled. You liked it. What was your reason for liking basketball over baseball?
Um, I learned it was a thinking game.
Hmm.
I learned to I had a lot of scholarships. Um, it became a thinking game to me uh, once the coaches sat me down and watched a lot of films and broke films down, and the game became easy.
Okay, okay,
And
gotcha.
it once you learn it like that, it becomes like a Mike and Kobe type idea because you learn spots on the court, and
Right.
you can and a lot of people grew up playing uh, horse and all those games, and once you can master those spots,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
once you get in them areas, you
Mm-hmm.
don't actually have to look at the basket. You can look at the floor or where you at and
Right.
take the shot and take the
Take the
shots from
shot.
there.
That's right. That's correct. Because it's I coached a little bit. We're gonna move on, but I coached a little bit, and I understand exactly what you're saying because there's spots you need to be here, you need to be there to make this work. Whatever play it was, because
Right,
y'all knew what the play was. The kids and the coach knew what the play was. All they had to do is execute the play, and the play would pretty much work until the defense, which is opposition, the team, stop it.
right,
Then you got to change
right,
up. Then you you got to change up.
right, right,
You got to change up because I know because I was a AAU coach for 3 years and I had plans. I had game. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna run this play. We're gonna run that play, and it works every time until they stop it. When they stop
right,
it, then it's over with. They
right,
garbage.
right. and and um and I use that strategy along life. I used it
Right,
in life,
right.
and I have been successful with it. And I think my coaches, my high school coaches, watching films,
Mhm.
um, it just teaches you a lot about
Yeah,
discipline.
it does. It does. It really does. It really does. And I can agree with that. I want to say hello to some people that are coming in right now, which is Kevin DeHaan. He's always around. He's up from up that northeast way there. I don't know, what is it, New York or somewhere? Maybe in New York. I'm not for sure, but he's been around a long time. One of my good friends and long time fans or whatever it may be. But Jonathan Felton is here. Jonathan Felton, friend of Riddick Bowe, former boxer himself. He's just joined us. I want to say hello to him. Thank you for coming in, Jonathan. They are watching right now. As we move forward, um, you're a kid, you're growing up, you got into a lot of things. Did you get a lot of whoopings, man, when you was coming up?
Yes, I did. Uh, because I would try things out the norm.
Right,
And uh, my parents, my stepfather, he worked night shift, and my mom worked second shift. And my oldest sister, she ran the house, and I was next to the oldest, so wasn't anybody basically telling me nothing
oh
until
wow,
mama come home. And what really broke me was uh, I was playing football in middle school. Well, it was junior high back then, and grade Y and stuff. So when she started taking these things away from me, it really started to change my outlook.
Okay.
Because you can't, once she no football practice and stay on your grades. Now, I had to get my act together.
You had to get it up. Yeah. You gotta get it
together.
Yeah.
Because once you like the girls out there cheering for you, you really
start showing out, right?
Yeah. It starts to run in your blood.
Yeah, I got you.
and just so happening, I was one of those guys happened to be caught up with the school teacher at a young age.
Right. Yeah, you always love the school's teacher. It's like, oh, he looks good.
And I happened to move in with a school teacher at the age of 15.
Wow. We're going back in time now.
Yes. And
I want to make it. Go ahead.
Yes, and I would always come home about the same time my mama would get off work to go to school. So my mom was like, she called over there and said, oh, he's moving out and he's moving with you. And she say, well, okay, he can move me. My mom say, as long as his grades stay up. So, hey, off I went.
Off you went at that age, and you was rocking and rolling. I want to say hello to some people that's coming in, because I always love to recognize the people on my show, because that's what it's all about. It's the people.
Right.
Jay York is in the house right now. Hello, Jay. Jay is the producer, the production manager. He does it all. He does the promos. He does everything. He did your intro, so he's on. I want to say hello to him. Thank him for coming in.
Hey, Jay, how you doing?
Yeah, man, he's watching us. I want to say hello, and I think you know this young lady. Now, I might not get the name right, but I think you know who she is, and she does a lot of hard work. And her name is Alicia. And
yes,
she's here joining us right now, checking you out, because we're going to get into who Mr.Stuff really is. And
right
she's here now. Thank you for joining us. She does excellent stuff in helping out in the Southern Soul area, and we appreciate that. We're gonna move right along. You was a teenager, you moved right on. You did things as a kid. You got into some things that as you got older, you got into a little trouble.
Right.
You got into this little trouble with the law enforcement. Tell us a little bit about what happened with you there.
Okay. At the time, it was the summer, and I was on my way to school that year, my first year out of school. And some guys that went to school with me, they was pretty jealous of me. You know what I'm saying? I had scholarship, and I wasn't with the school teacher. I had got another girlfriend, and got her pregnant, and we had we had a child together, and one of the guys, he was a pretty much troublemaker.
Okay.
So he knew her, and my girl, she was working at this store at the time, and he come in the store trying to bully her and walk out the store with the beer. And she was like the manager, and she was like, well, go ahead, I'm gonna call the police. So he seen her and told her, next time I see your boyfriend, I'm gonna slap your boyfriend, if you call the police on me. So he left the beer, and just so happened that Friday night, me and my brother them had finished watching the Bulls game, and we was in the Burger King parking lot getting something to eat in the drive-through, and him and about 10 of his friend guys was parked in the Burger King parking lot, and he knew the girl that worked in Burger King. So make a long story short, when we got to the drive-through, he was sitting in the drive-through window. And so when I opened to pay the girl, he said some 5 words to my kid's mother. And I say, man, you know, me and you grew up together. Your sister spend night at my house. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we have no business to be arguing over nothing. That's right. So we shook hands, and as I get ready to go around the other side where they at, him and his friend guys, he had left the Burger King from the inside, so they was out waiting for me to come around there. So when I come around there, they jumped in front of my car. I had a Honda Prelude back then, with the sunroof open. And the doors was locked. So they was like trying to jump us. And just because he didn't like me, because the last word I heard, he say, you thought you was all that on the basketball court and the girls, this and this. I'm like, man, I ain't even got time for this. So as I get ready to pull off, he reached over into my sunroof and spits on my 4-month-old daughter. Okay. And said, now you got to get out. So my mom only stayed like a few blocks. So when I got to my mom's house, I just pushed her and my child out the car. My brother was in the back seat. So I come from a big family. And it's like, okay, it's on, you know. So just so happened, got to my uncle's house. Him and like 4 or 5 of his friend guys was there. I told him what happened. He wouldn't give me the gun. So I went in the kitchen and grabbed the knife, put the knife under my sleeve. So we went back up there, and they wasn't at the Burger King. Across the street was a car wash. So when he seen my car pull up, him and his guys and my people, I jumped out the car, met him in the middle of the road, and me and him locked up. And when we locked up, I just let the knife slide down my hand, and I just stabbed him in the abdomen. Right. And I hit a main artery. Right. And so he jumped back and he stabbed me. He stabbed me. So his friend guys started chasing me while my uncle and my partners them was fighting the other guys. So it was like 3 of them on me. Okay. And so I got away and got down the street. This girl picked me up and took me to my mom's house. And I was like telling my stepfather, you know, my brother and them still up there and we outnumbered. I'm like, let me get the gun. So by the time we got back up there, police was everywhere. Right. Okay. And so the chief of police, everybody in the town know me. So they was like, they took the guy to the hospital. He died like a couple days later, and for internal bleeding. And it was like, once the people found out that he spit on my child and stayed there till I came back, he was looking for a death certificate. You know, you don't do something to somebody and don't leave, don't do nothing, just just stay there till they come back to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so that right there, you know, took a turn for the best in my life.
Okay.
People say sometimes it's for the worst, because I'm a God-fearing man, and I always, even going into prison, I know God got me, and I had been reading the Bible and at a young age on my own, and seeking God. So I didn't fear nothing going in. And so I had a hung jury, and I was out on bond for like 2 years on the streets. And so they offered me a plea for 15 years. And when I got to court, the judge overrode the plea. This South Carolina, they do what they want to do. So the judge overrode the plea and gave me 10 more years for the family. So I had wound up doing 12 and a half years off of 25. I took it all the way to the door. I said, when I leave, I'm done. You know, and but you know, God allowed me to know more about Him, study more, actually get a close relationship with God, and that was to me, that was more important than anything. You know, when you tap into God, that is awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really a deep story that you just told. Do you have and just this is me asking you to, you regret what you did? Do you?
Always. But and I tell people this here, things happen for a reason in your life, and only God knows it. And God ways is not like man ways. And in the worldly spirit, man say, I done it. But in the spirit of God, God say, I killed. And I let live. And I control what lives and what dies. So those burdens, where when you tap into God and you seek God for the answer, man gonna say he gonna fault you for it. But God say, I'm in control. It's nothing you could do. Nothing you could do. If I wanted him to be here, he would have been here.
Right.
So seek me and change your ways and go out and tell people more about me.
Right.
It's not your past. I kept you here for a reason. And the shoe could have been on the other foot.
Yeah. Sure could have.
So
you sure could have. Yeah.
And so I look at it as like coming home. I've been home since 06. And the whole city get to see me. Now they see what they really didn't get to see when I was younger. And I have a beautiful wife that believe in all my dreams. Where I'm letting the people see right before their eyes the things of God.
Right. Yeah.
Doing in my life.
Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off, but I always want to recognize people that come in here.
Oh yeah,
And
no doubt.
Deidre Porterfield, hello to you. Thank you for stopping in. There was a question. It's how long you, Miss Alicia says, how long have you been singing? That was a question.
I've been singing all my life. Um, I have two uncles. One of them at the time was in the studio working on the album right before H Town in Houston. That's
Mhm.
what he come home for the weekend of. And I grew up singing, but I just started writing. Got a chance to start writing when I was in prison.
Okay, great, great. And I want to say this to everybody. If I don't say your name, it's maybe because I can't see you right now. So what you need to do, if I can't see you, go out, come back in, and I can probably see you. I got three machines running here, so perhaps I can see you because I always, like I said, I normally recognize everybody that comes in. So if I don't see you, please forgive me. You know, shut your machine down, come back in, and I'll probably perhaps will see you. Um, would you say that the system help you? The system help you in any type of way?
Uh, yes, it helps me to help others because uh, a lot of people in my um, guys that were locked up knew my situation, knew what kind of guy I was.
Hmm.
That repeated offenders, I was more like a big brother to them,
Right.
and um, um, I hung out with them,
Right.
and now we all in the same shoes. Now, a lot of them now married, um, have family, wives, all because I was, by the grace of God, there uh, telling them how to do it right because they knew I was on my way to school and, a good future ahead of me. And, a lot of them was like, you weren't supposed to be back here. But it was like, yeah, I'm here, so
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm gonna make the
Um,
best of it.
when you came out, brother, um, what made you get into music?
Like I say, my family, I got two uncles with bands and stuff. And so I got out, started playing traveling softball and and started getting a little up in age for that. So I said, I'm gonna sit down as soon as I get a good guy that can produce my music, and I'm gonna put it out there. I don't know what lane to put it in, but I'm gonna put it out there.
Right. Uh, in your own words, what makes a great artist to you? In your own words, what makes a great artist?
A great artist is a person that works hard and are humble at what they do,
Yeah.
and letting their music speak for them.
Gotcha. Great. Good answer. Good answer. Um, you know what? You know a lot of people. You deal with a lot of people. Who inspired you the most? Or is it one person, or is it several different people? It could be several different people. You know what I'm saying? That
Um,
inspired you.
my family, because my uncles both were lead singers on their band, and uh, uh, I took a lot of their, I took a lot of what I seen them do. Like my oldest one, they used to be on the show with Cameo and stuff like that. He would take me to those shows and stuff. So that inspired me, and you know,
Okay.
also do, seeing the women's.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that
You
inspired you immediately, right?
you know, yeah, and that was a part of it because it was more of singing these songs, like you say, and having an impact on people.
exactly,
You know,
exactly, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing that we try to have here is an impact on people and to provide a service and help people. And that's what y'all do. You're providing a service, entertaining people, and that's what you like doing. And that's nothing more better, in your way and in my way of doing what we do because I am an entertainer myself. So
right,
because
right,
I entertain the people, I bring on the people that they like to see or want to know about, and they get the chance to ask the questions. Um, uh, Look, what does it take, man, to be successful? And we're talking about in the music world, period. Whether it's R&B, country, southern soul, what does it take to be successful? What do you have to do?
to be successful. Uh, it's to me, it's all about timing.
Hmm.
Timing is everything. Uh, because um, I know everybody know about King George. I'll use him for instance
Right.
in the Southern Soul. Um, this time last year, he was singing on a flatbed trailer. Somebody discovered him from there,
Mm. Y'all hear
and
that? Y'all hear that, people?
and um, and these songs that everybody playing, when they go and look on YouTube and look them under the years, them songs been out 3-4
Yeah.
years,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's just you know he never did give up, you know, and it's just timing, and that's
Time. Yeah.
staying at it.
That's yeah, and that's the thing, man. And that's what I say here with my program. It's time and it's staying at it. No matter what you spend or what you do, you keep pushing because somewhere you're gonna get that break, just like he did. You know what I'm saying? He's got a
Right.
pretty good break, got nice music out, and people are on him. And all. Look. You got a record label. You got a record label, and man, was it hard? Was it hard? Starting to build your record label. How was it?
um it wasn't hard because I knew about um watching all the downfalls from my own family members,
Hmm.
and having my uncle friends that still play instruments on my band,
Hmm.
um, helping me to prepare and prep for those things that I need be done. Um, like just getting your right paperwork together for contracts, shows,
Hmm.
uh, just a lot of business move. Um, that that actually helped me, and like I say, by the grace of God, uh, He always kept a ram in the bush for me, where um, it wasn't hard. All I knew, if I put the work and show him that I'm sincere, um, the rest would come.
Right. Yeah. Because you got to put in a little work for him to help you, and you did that. You know.
Right.
We're gonna touch on your music here a little bit. Um, you got some songs out. I listened to them. Because you got the Liquor House, you got the Two Step, and what you made with Jada Jones. How was it working with Jada Jones? How was it?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I happened to be on a show with Jeter in Dallas, and I'm coming from the R&B side, so I really didn't even know none of these guys,
Right.
and I just like go up there and do what I do, And after the show, it was like, yo, man, you got something. And when you ready to do something, hit me up. So me and my team, we got on the plane, came back home, and was like, okay, when we put this song together, this what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fly Jeter in, and first I'm gonna call him, and I know soon as we send the track to him, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be everything that okay, he gonna be ready to come. So we sent him the track, and about 5 minutes later, he called. He's like, I'm ready to work. Y'all ready to work? So we got a date, and I flew him down, and we made it happen.
Yeah, it was a nice song. I listened to it, and I thought both of you guys did a tremendous job on it. It's called Two Step. That is correct, right? Yeah, Two Step.
Right.
And it was really, really a nice song. You did another song. Let me tell you what. A lot of people, they got to listen to you, and this is the group that you remind me of. And I know you had some guys that was, in the background with you, but y'all sound like, and I don't know, but y'all sound like to me like Silk. You sound like Silk a lot. Y'all got to listen to these, and you guys can blow. I listened to that music today. I said, you know what? They sound just like similar to Silk. Really do. You really do. That's my opinion. And you had a twist in there. You had that Silk and that Southern Soul sound. And man, you like that song. That song. I'm gonna tell you which one it was. Let me look back and look at it. Lick That Candy was awesome.
Now that is D. Rich. Now that's Calvin brother on the back end of that song with me. Mm-hmm. And I wrote that song. He wrote his verse. We did the music on. I work with all the guys. My producer, young guy, he's about 34, 35. Mm-hmm. And he can play all the instruments. Young guy. And like I say, he goes everywhere with me. He sings background. He, and I believed in him, and he believed in me. And I told him we'll be traveling the world. And we've been together now 4 years, and we've been places.
That's great. That's great. That's wonderful. And not only do you have that tremendous song, Get Up, the song called Get On Up on My Show. What was it? Get On?
Right.
On my
Get
show.
Up.
Yeah. That was a good one. But I really liked the next one, which was Baby Come to Bed. Man, Baby Come to Bed.
and I wrote I don't know if I sent you I wrote a song to my wife. It's called My Everything.
Right.
And I'm pretty much I can pretty much, like R. Kelly, I can pretty much just watch something, and by the grace, like I say, I never had this. I never had the spirit. And I asked, and prayer and meditation and fasting and seeking God, and just started listening to the music. I was just listening. I used to take H-Town and Jodeci instrumental and write my own song to it. Mm-hmm. And I would let the guys in the dorm hear it, and they were like, "You ain't write that." I'm like, "Yeah, I wrote that." It was like, and I just started writing. And so the Southern Soul, when I did the song "It's Going Down Tonight" in the Southern Soul, mm-hmm. and they start right before the pandemic. They was like, your song #1. And I'm like, who is this calling me? The
Mm-hmm.
Southern Soul. What? Where is this? Who is this?
Mm-hmm.
And so I started reading up on it, and um, promoters from Dallas, they was calling me. So I'm like, let me go out here and see what they got going on. And that's how I met Jeter and LJ, Elkels, and it was like, my thing was to the top of R&B. This was like 2 levels down for me.
Right.
So when I heard those guys sing, I'm like, man, what is they saying?
Mm-hmm.
And not only them, and it was other artists.
Right.
They just had different styles.
Yeah.
And then as I sit back and start listening to them, I learned to appreciate their art and their craft that they put in it.
Right. Right.
And it gave me another outlook of the game.
Right. Gotcha. Well, look, man. You got another song, and we're gonna get ready to close the show out. You got another song, and the Liquor House, very popular song, and it's moving up, and then a lot of people are talking about it. Man, where did that come from?
I don't know if I sent you the song Southern Soul Good Music.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my first Southern Soul song.
Right.
And it did over 100,000 streams.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me a plat and a check for it, and I was like, okay, these songs way a lot easier than R&B. So I was just sitting at my desk looking at the plat one night and said, I got to do more of this music for them, not for me, for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just come up with, off the top of my head, thinking about some old. So my stepfather owned the Liquor House. I'm like, okay, this about down in their area, Alabama type music. Okay,
Right. Right.
I
Okay.
can write to that.
Right.
You can write about chitlins.
Yeah.
They like something back then,
Right. Right.
and I just started writing.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Man, it's great, man. I mean, you told us a good story tonight, and it was a great story because it's very interesting, especially when you come out of what happened with you and the dramatic when you stabbed the guy. It was just really tremendous. I want to say hello to Stephanie Payton. Hello to you. We're here now with Mr.Stuff. How did you get that name? And then we're gonna move on. How did you get that name?
Actually, Rico Kaysen gave me the name Mr.Stuff. It was just stuff. And when I was little, I was premature. And my uncle, when I started gaining weight, they used to call me Big Stuff. And that was my mom's favorite song, Mr. Big Stuff.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Yeah.
So as I got older, they took the big stuff off there and just left it with stuff.
Okay.
And now I'm in the process writing the song, Mr. Big Stuff.
Okay, great. Well, look, man. I mean, it was wonderful tonight. I really enjoyed you because you really went into depth on every thought, every question I brought to you. It was tremendous. Um, let me ask you this though. What does the D.HALL People Show and J York Productions mean to you, brother?
Oh man, it's an opportunity, a great opportunity to share, like you say, your life story with someone, that person giving you a platform to let your fans and new fans come and see more things about Mr. Stuff on a personal side, as well as the music.
Right.
And that was great. That it makes more people go tune in to Mr. Stuff, and
Sure.
it's just a great opportunity, man. That's what I was so inspired about the show, and
Well, I
loved
appreciate
that
you, brother.
what you guys was doing.
Well, I appreciate you. We thank you for coming on. We thank you for being a part. Any questions that you want to ask me?
Um, do y'all do shows? I'm like, do you host shows like Southern Soul shows, anything like that?
I've been asked to do that. We just never got into it. Uh, but we can do that. Me and Jay can sit down and discuss that. Whichever whoever was trying to get it done. But yeah,
Right, right,
I have been asked to do that at least twice. I know. It was just my schedule just wouldn't work it in.
right, right.
But yeah, that can be worked out. Yeah, that can be worked
Yeah,
out.
because down the line, I throws my own shows, and I would,
Right. Yeah,
will
we we can accommodate
love,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we can accommodate.
bring it down.
Yeah. Well, look, brother, it's been wonderful. It's been a fantastic, great show tonight. We're glad to have you on. I hope people got something that they learned out of what you were saying and what you went through your whole life, from your teenager time to when you got in a little trouble and on to
Right,
now to where you are. I hope somebody got something out of it, because
right,
I
right,
know I did. I did. And it was what I got out of it. It was determination. That's
right,
what I got.
right,
Determination. And I
right,
hope y'all understand that you have to have that no matter what you're doing. Look,
right.
brother, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for coming on. Me and Jay appreciate you. Hope to have you back on sometime this year. And we'll get with you, brother.
I thank y'all for having me,
Yes,
and
sir.
thank everybody for tuning in.
Oh, yeah. How can they find you, man? How can they get your music and all that from you?
They can go on YouTube. They can also go on Facebook,
Okay.
James Hardin. And I also got a Stuff Music page, fan page. They can go on there. They can also go on Teams on Facebook, Team Stuff, and they can, like say, inbox me. I also have shirts, CDs.
Got it all. Man.
Yes, yes. I try. I
You got
try
it
to
all.
be a entertainer as well as a good marketing.
Right, there you go. And you're doing it. You're doing a fine job. Glad to have you on, man. Hope to see you in the future, personally and face to face. We'll get together. North Carolina, South Carolina, we ain't that far, so hopefully we can get together and do some things. Glad to have you on, brother. We'll see you
God
next
bless.
time.
All
Thank
right,
you,
y'all
man.
have a good night.
You too, brother. There you have it. That was Mr. Stuff, James Hardin out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. I'll be back on Sunday. Billy Blee, boxing promoter, Southpaw Promotions. Look, we thank y'all for coming on tonight. We'll see y'all Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right back here with my man Billy Blee. Billy Blee. Yeah, we'll be talking with him and getting that inside deal with that boxing and all that good stuff. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you next time around. Stay out of trouble. Hopefully you will. See ya.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
You got it locked with D.HALL on the weekend, baby. Ready?